Ever feel like life's a battlefield, social media pressure, endless work stress, or just feeling lost in the chaos of life? What if a 2,000-year-old philosophy could help you find peace? Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor ruled through war and plague yet wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Stoicism isn't about shutting down emotions, it's about mastering them to live with purpose. In this series we'll unpack 5 Stoic principles to conquer stress, overcome setbacks and find calm in the storm. From job loss to heartbreak, you'll learn practical tools to take control. Try this. For the next 24 hours, pause before reacting to any frustration. Share how it goes in the comments, hit subscribe and join our Stoic community to live stronger no matter what life throws. 1. Focus on what you can control. Focus on what you can control. It's the heartbeat of Stoicism, a lifeline in the chaos of modern life. Epictetus nailed it. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Picture life as a battlefield. Bullets of failure, shrapnel of loss, and smoke from others' opinions cloud your view. You can't stop the barrage, but you can choose how to maneuver. When cancer struck my friend Jake, a Marine veteran, he didn't curse fate. He leaned on Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not the disease. Jake controlled his mornings. Meditation, journaling, a walk in the dawn's quiet. Those choices became his shield, giving him peace amid the storm. Ask yourself, what's one thing you're stressing about that you can't control? Now, what can you do about it today? Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Young Americans, drowning in social media's highlight reels, feel this acutely. You scroll, see a peer startup soaring, and your gut twists. Why aren't you there yet? Stoicism flips the script. Your worth isn't in likes or paychecks but in your actions. Take Angela Duckworth, the psychologist behind Grit. She'd say success is sticking to what you can control, your effort, your learning, your next step. Lost your job? Don't spiral over the economy. Sharpen your resume, email one contact, learn one skill. Small moves stack up. What's one action you can take today to reclaim your path? Life's like a river. Sometimes it's calm, sometimes it rips you downstream. Stoicism teaches you to swim with purpose. When my sister passed, grief was a weight I couldn't lift. Epictetus whispered, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." I couldn't bring her back, but I could honor her. I started volunteering, turning pain into purpose. What loss are you carrying, and how can you transform it into something meaningful? Elon Musk, a modern Stoic in his own way, once said, "If something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are against you." That's Stoic courage, acting despite fear. Facing a tough diagnosis? You can't control the outcome, but you can research, ask questions, show up for treatment with resolve. The pause technique is your anchor. 3 deep breaths before reacting to bad news, a rude boss, or a family fight. It's not about suppressing emotion but choosing your response. Try it next time anger flares. What changes when you pause? Stoicism isn't cold detachment, it's fire in your soul to live well. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every challenge, a layoff, a breakup, a health scare, is a chance to practice virtue. Write down one obstacle you face. How can it become your teacher? Start small, act now, and watch your strength grow. 2. Cultivate indifference to external negativity. Cultivating indifference to external negativity is like building a fortress around your peace. Seneca's words cut deep. You must not be influenced by the opinions of others when they are contrary to reason. Life's a stormy sea, and people's harsh words are just waves crashing against your ship. You can't stop the storm, but you can steer steady. When my colleague, a tech CEO named Sarah, faced a barrage of online hate for her company's bold pivot, she didn't spiral. She channeled Marcus Aurelius, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Sarah focused on her mission, ignored the noise, and her company thrived. What's a recent criticism you faced? How much of it was about you and how much was about them? Epictetus taught us, it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. Young Americans, glued to screens, feel this when trolls or coworkers tear them down. After losing his mom, my friend Mike, a retired Navy SEAL, got slammed online for sharing his grief. Instead of clapping back, he used the mirror exercise, visualized negativity bouncing off, back to its source. It freed him to focus on healing, journaling daily, calling a friend, walking his dog. Try it. Next time someone's words sting, picture them sliding off a glass shield. What can you do today to protect your inner calm? Negativity isn't just online, It's the coworker's snide remark, the family member's judgment. Stoicism says their words don't define you, your actions do. Brené Brown, a voice of vulnerability, echoes this: what people think of you is none of your business. When I flopped a big presentation and got harsh feedback, I felt crushed. But Stoicism reminded me, I can't control their critique, only my growth. I spent 10 minutes daily reviewing my notes, refining my skills. Small steps rebuilt my confidence. What's one failure you're dwelling on? How can you turn it into a step forward? Life's challenges, illness, job loss, heartbreak, are like wildfires. You can't stop the blaze, but you can choose how to walk through it. When my aunt faced chemo, she didn't let fear or others' pity consume her. She leaned on Seneca, there is nothing the wise man does reluctantly. She chose gratitude, writing one thing daily that brought her joy, like a warm coffee or a kind nurse. That focus kept her spirit alive. What's a challenge you're facing? What's one small, intentional act you can do to rise above it? The mirror exercise isn't just a trick, it's a mindset. Next time negativity hits, pause, breathe, and let it bounce off. Write down one person's opinion you're holding on to. Then ask, does it change who I am? Act from your values, not their noise. Your peace is worth protecting. 3. Practice virtue and response. Practicing virtue and response is like forging steel in life's furnace. Every challenge shapes you stronger if you choose wisely. Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. When life hurls insults, betrayal, or pain, virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, self-discipline, is your weapon. Imagine a coworker trashes your work in a meeting. Your gut screams to lash out, but Stoicism asks, how can you rise above? My friend Lisa, a nurse, faced a patient's cruel words during a grueling shift. Instead of snapping, she drew on Epictetus, if evil be said of you and if it be true, correct it, if it be a lie, laugh at it. She responded with calm care, easing the patient's fear. That's virtue, acting from strength, not spite. What's a recent slight you faced? How could a virtuous response change the story? Seneca reminds us, no man is good by chance. Virtue is a skill. 4 young Americans chasing dreams in a cutthroat world, this hits home. When my startup tanked, investors called me a failure. I leaned on the virtue checklist. Is my next step wise? Courageous? I didn't sulk. I networked, learned, pivoted. 1 call a day, 1 new skill a week. Small, deliberate acts rebuilt my path. Think of a setback you're facing. What's one virtuous action, kind, bold, or fair, you can take today? Life's a battlefield and virtue is your armor. When my dad passed, grief could have hardened me. But Stoicism, echoed by General Mattis's mantra, no better friend, no worse enemy, pushed me to act with justice. I honored Dad by mentoring kids, giving what he gave me. It wasn't easy, but it was right. What loss weighs on you? How can a single act of kindness or courage honor it? Psychologist Carol Dweck's growth mindset aligns here. Setbacks are chances to grow, not define you. Facing a health scare? Virtue means showing up, researching options, asking tough questions, staying disciplined with treatment. When my cousin battled addiction, he used Stoic self-discipline. 1 sober day at a time, 1 honest talk with a sponsor. He's 3 years clean. What's a challenge testing you? How can wisdom or courage guide your next step? The virtue checklist is your compass. Before reacting to a rude boss, a family jab, or a stranger's slight, pause. Ask, is my response wise, courageous, just? Write it down tonight. 1 situation, 1 virtuous choice. Try it tomorrow. It's not about perfection but progress. As Marcus wrote, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Virtue isn't just a response. It's a rebellion against chaos, a fire you stoke to light your way. Choose it and you'll stand taller no matter what life throws. Practice amor fati, love your fate. Amor fati, loving your fate, is like embracing a wild storm, knowing it carves the landscape of your soul. Marcus Aurelius said, accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Life's trials, disease, failure, loss, aren't punishments, they're raw materials for growth. When my brother lost his job, he didn't curse the market. He leaned into Epictetus. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. He embraced the setback, retrained as a coder, and found purpose in a new career. What's a hardship you're resisting? How could embracing it reshape your path? Seneca wrote, fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant. For young Americans chasing dreams, this is freedom. When my friend Tara, a therapist, faced a divorce. She didn't fight the pain. She practiced a more fatty, journaling nightly. This is my chance to rebuild myself. Each entry turned heartbreak into clarity. She started running, reconnected with friends, found joy in small moments. Try it. Write down one challenge today. Reframe it as a teacher. What strength can it forge in you? Life's a forge and every blow shapes you. When I was diagnosed with a chronic illness, fear loomed like a shadow. But Stoicism, echoed by Navy SEAL Jocko Willink's good, flipped my perspective. Bad news? Good, time to prioritize health, to research, to act. I committed to one daily walk, one mindful meal. Small choices built resilience. What's a storm in your life right now? What's one small act to embrace it? A more fatty isn't passive, it's fierce acceptance. Oprah Winfrey, a modern Stoic in spirit, said, "The big secret in life is that there is no big secret. Whatever your goal, you can get there if you're willing to work." When a client betrayed my trust, I didn't stew. I saw it as a chance to practice forgiveness, to set better boundaries. I wrote one sentence in my journal: "This teaches me to value my own integrity." It stung, but it strengthened me. What betrayal or slight can you reframe as a lesson? To live a more fatty, start small. Next time life hits, maybe a rude stranger, a missed deadline, or a health scare, pause and say, "This is my chance to grow." Keep a journal. Note one tough moment daily and how you'll embrace it. Over weeks, you'll see patterns of strength emerge. As Marcus wrote, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." What's one thing fate handed you today? How can you love it, not fight it? Embrace your story, it's the only one you've got, and it's yours to shape. 5. Reflect on the bigger picture. Reflecting on the bigger picture is like stepping back from a raging fire to see it's just a spark in the vast night. Seneca said, "We are tormented by the opinions we have of things, rather than by the things themselves." Life's slights, a cutting remark, a missed promotion, feel like wounds, but in the cosmic tapestry they're mere threads. When my mentor, a Vietnam vet named Tom, lost his leg to illness, he didn't dwell on the loss. He quoted Marcus Aurelius, "Look back over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future." Tom focused on what lasted: his family, his stories, his laughter. What's a setback that feels big now? Will it matter in a decade? Epictetus urged, "Think of your life as if it were a banquet, take what's offered with grace." For young Americans caught in the grind of comparison, this is clarity. When I got passed over for a dream job, the rejection burned. But the October 10th 10 rule, will this matter in 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 years? Shifted my lens. I saw it as a detour, not a dead end. I spent 1 hour daily learning a new skill, and within months I landed something better. What's a rejection you're holding on to? How does it look through the October 10th 10 lens? Life's a fleeting shadow, as the Stoics' Memento Mori reminds us. When my best friend died, grief was a tidal wave. But Susan Cain, author of Quiet, speaks of bittersweetness as a gateway to meaning. I reflected. His life taught me to love fiercely, to act now. I started calling friends weekly, saying what matters. That's the bigger picture. Connection outlasts pain. What loss shapes you? How can you honor it with one small act today? The bigger picture isn't escapism, it's power. When a stranger snapped at me in a coffee shop, I felt the sting. But Seneca's wisdom, "Life is long if you know how to use it," reminded me to zoom out. That moment was nothing against my day's purpose. I used the October 10th 10 rule, let it go, and bought the next person's coffee instead. It felt like freedom. What's a recent irritation? Will it matter in 10 days? Try this. Tonight, write down one thing that upset you. Apply the October 10th 10 rule. How big is it really? Then act on what lasts. Call a loved one, pursue a goal, or rest. As General Patton once said, accept the challenges so that you can feel the exhilaration of victory. Life's too short for petty grudges. Reflect, release, and refocus. What's one thing you can let go of to see the stars beyond the storm? Your life's bigger than any one moment. Live for what endures. Stoicism isn't just philosophy, it's your shield to live boldly no matter the storm. Take one principle from today, pause before reacting, embrace your fate, or zoom out, and try it this week. Share your story in the comments. Let's grow stronger together. Hit like, subscribe, and join our Stoic journey for more tools to conquer life's chaos. Your next step starts now.